Hello and welcome, Internet. I am Ink Knight, also known as Gladiator, and I'm joined here with Black Templar and Pirate Joe again.
What are you talking about? There's no Pirate Joe here.
Okay, sure.
Ruski, kill it!
This is Ivan Dolovich. The person you're speaking of is not here currently. They've been taken for re-education purposes as of late.
Good. That other guy was kind of stupid.
What? What, you mean the fact that he was a capitalist pig dog, or...?
Just because I'm talking about you two.
You see, he made fun of the glorious motherland with tea,
Uh,
and we just couldn't have it. So we've taken him for re-education.
good.
He'll be back later, maybe, potentially.
Hopefully,
Sound like a
hopefully not.
Khajiit with a sore throat.
What do you mean?
I played bloody Skyrim.
Either way, let's get this started and look at week 8 since things happen. Good chunk of things. Actually, week 7 too, but of course.
You know what I'm actually kind of something that I actually just realized I can do, and I'm honestly considering. I can technically spend money on an enhancement to the stadium that I have.
Okay.
I'm considering actually getting a magician's shop with that. Because, you know.
Anyhow,
Anyways, we're getting off topic.
let's get to week 8.
Yeah, we're kind of. I'm
Week
just gonna
8.
buy them
Let's go ahead and start from where you are, Pirate Joe. You won against Nurgle.
The funny thing is, I
That
almost
match-
lost there because of the little thing known as me not focusing on the ball and instead focusing on punching people in the face more.
And
I
it's
had a
against
very good
Nurgle.
start. I punched out a Nurgle warrior at the start, along with a Rodder, I believe. Wasn't so lucky further on after that, though.
Yeah, that
I was
tends to
watching the
happen.
match. Yeah, I was watching the match myself, and to be honest, Joe, you were getting a bit overzealous. I was beginning to think, ooh, could that come back to bite you? You were kind of lucky on the last touchdown, though. I gotta
Yeah,
admit.
that was lucky. I'm apparently an expert at just taking a touchdown out of a hat in a single final turn of a match. I've won at least half of my matches like that. Or just
Yeah.
the final
That's-
turn.
And Scythe's not getting
Apparently,
any
Knuckle
good.
likes my last turn shenanigans.
He's getting freaking destroyed by Nurgle. Not Nurgle. Nuffle. Dadgummit.
Nuffle.
Nuffle.
Nuffle
Anyways,
loves his children. Nuffle hates everyone.
I know. But he's getting completely wrecked by Nuffle. He is getting horrible roll after horrible roll after horrible roll.
Honestly, I feel bad for him.
Yeah, it's been consistent throughout the season. Hopefully next season.
Honestly, I think he's a masochist, considering I don't understand how anyone else could do that with just a smile like he does. Actually, I just realized. I just realized. He truly is a Nurgle follower. That's why. He accepts that life is shit and there's nothing he can do about it. So why bother?
Either way, the next
He
one,
truly is a Nurgle worshipper.
maybe
He's
so.
embraced his despair.
Either way, moving on. Next one up is going to be Mental Gymnastics versus the Lizardmen, the Unpronounceables. Yeah.
I think it's kind of obvious how that ended.
Yeah. No, to be honest, though, to fair to Brian, the first half, he just dominated. He dominated the first half with ease.
Yeah.
And second half, Johnny did get back into it, but I think it was too little too late for him to make any forward comeback because it
Pretty much.
took too long to get that touchdown of his.
Yeah. And
Would
Johnny
you
being
guys?
a bit of a newer player, he finally got the touchdown, but like you said, since he's not super
It's a
skilled
little
to
too
get the
late.
ball back, it's kind of hard to get it and get another touchdown. It was a little bit too late, like you said. So yeah,
Yep.
good job on Bright for that one. Next one up will be Maverick Steve Army versus the Skaven.
Now, here's some things I've got to say though, and there's two things I've got to say. One, Pig Dog has a horrific penchant for scoring on turn 1 right at the beginning of the game.
Yes.
One, I think that's it's crazy, and two, he's putting his eggs in his one basket, hoping to survive the onslaught that the team gets the ball back, and that almost came to bite him in this match.
Well, he was able to get it, and it didn't. He didn't lose, so that's the main thing about Skaven. He was able to keep his guys alive long enough, and get the other guy to be slower long enough, so he could get 2 touchdowns. Oh.
But to credit to to Merrick though. Credit to him. He really did have a good go. It's just, I think it's just when he lost his thrower, that's when things started to go south for him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Either way,
To be
the
honest,
next
his thrower is his best player, so.
it is one of his best players. That and his ogre, because he loves his
Yeah.
ogre. That and his freaking strength 4 blitzer. You're welcome.
You know, I find it actually absolutely hilarious that the ogre is still one of the best catchers.
Yeah, that is quite funny. Next one up is the Nufflefest of my match versus the Orc team.
That was
Joe,
just.
Want to go first?
You know, I'm gonna let you go first. I think you can better put it into words.
Simple. It was a game of grown orcs versus chaotic boys. That's what that match was like.
Dude, you saw my armor rolls. I could not freaking break armor for anything, and that is Nuffle. I was
And
using
Your
with
ass
claws.
all over the pitch.
I was using claws too, and my freaking armor rolls were still garbage.
Hey, remember that one thing you said a while ago about you're not worth my time in that one podcast?
Oh yes, I remember that.
Yeah, you know, remember who said that exactly? The character who said you're not worth my time after giving a headbutt and a kick to the groin.
Yeah.
Who was that
Archon had
exactly?
that was Archon the Chaos Leader and Grimgor Ironhide.
And who was the one who gave the headbutt exactly?
Grimgor?
And what is Grimgor?
He's an orc. I see where this is going.
Says the two people that lost against me. Good job.
To be honest, to be honest, you have to understand. It is that you did rob him, and yes, I get it. You're salty about it.
Hey! I'm not salty because Nuffle did it to me. I mean, it's the rolls. If I had more armor breaks, it'd been a completely different game. Obviously. But I didn't get them. I was getting bad rolls after that, so I can't do nothing.
Yeah, and guess what? I got bad rolls against you.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. That win for Die has put the whole final week into a right complex situation.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, sort of. You're not wrong. He
We'll get to that
did.
one later.
We definitely will get to it soon. Either way, next one up is the the freaking halfling versus necromantic.
I mean, I've already said how this was gonna end, and well,
Crunch, crunch, nibble,
Yeah.
nibble.
Hmm?
Crunch, crunch, nibble, nibble.
I'm having a lot of stuff.
I gotta give. I
I
gotta
gotta
admit
shake
though,
for my hop. Not sponsored.
I gotta give Ben credit. When it came to throwing his Hoffers, he was on point 90% of the time. The only time he fluffed was when he threw a Hoffer and then it killed one of his own guys, Nelly.
Yeah, that was
hilarious.
absolutely hilarious.
Oh, definitely. And he was down a tree man.
Yeah, but he
he's
did get
gonna
Iron
that
Hawk back.
I believe.
So
So
you're
that's
you're
something
welcome,
that-
Black, because that made your game way easier.
I wouldn't say so. The way that he was like hurling the damn things and he was like on point, it was like, oh Christ, if he gets another one like that, I'm gonna be for a draw.
Yeah. If he had 3 treatment, then it's almost like, yeah, you're screwed. But at the same time, you still hurt the living crap out of his halflings.
Actually, I feel like mentioning this, considering, you know, with the halflings as they are, he's done quite well for himself, and I honestly
Oh,
think
definitely.
he's probably
He-
a good contestant to win the
Oh, yeah.
losers final.
Definitely. He's actually
Oh, hell
won
yes.
against the Orc team. He's won against the Skaven team.
That was beyond me. That's no one I couldn't believe.
Or no, that was a draw. He won against who did he win against? Let's see.
I think I know he beat the orcs
He
by
beats the
sheer
Orcs and
drop luck.
he beat the Lizardmen, I believe. I'm pretty sure.
That match against Lizardman was hilarious.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
To be honest, most matches with halflings are amusing at the least.
Yeah, he beat the Lizardmen, so he beat Orcs and Lizardmen. So they're both really bashy teams, and he got out on top. So credit to where credit's due, and he had like a lot of draws. He only lost
To
to
be honest, though, I'm actually I'm gonna get ahead of myself, so I'm not gonna continue. Actually,
Anyways, he's only lost to me and Black, which is 2 of the top teams, and he lost against someone else. He's
It
fighting
was
you
the vampires,
next.
wasn't it?
Yeah, the
it was
vampires.
I think.
Which is all, well, two of them are guaranteed in the winners, and another one is fighting to be in winners. So, in all
He
reality,
when he's not.
he's done good for himself.
Yeah.
Either way. So that was
Yeah,
last week.
but now-
Let's look at this week on what's happened so far. We'll make the predictions afterwards. First things up is the Skaven versus My Chaos.
I was going to be honest. I actually just, a part of me was in the back of my mind thinking, he's going to lose this. This is going to be one of the matches that he's actually going to lose, which is going to screw me over royally. The one time I don't want him to lose, he's going to lose. You didn't. Thanks for that. I would have been right damn upset if that was the case.
Well,
have to admit, though-
obviously everyone was cheering for Skaven to win. Obviously,
Why would anyone cheer for Skaven to win?
because I'm the
To be
freaking build
honest,
apparently.
It was quite yeah. Well, to be honest, it was quite an entertaining match because it was back and forth. It was quite a good
It
match.
definitely had me worried for a few times.
No, I wasn't worried at all. I knew he's going to get 2 touchdowns regardless, because that one-turn touchdown rat that was able to make freaking tackles, or make it through a tackler's tackle zone.
I hope to God I get him in the finals and absolutely try and kill him.
Part of me wants to get him in the finals because we have unfinished business. I need to crush him like a bug.
Yep, if he makes it. Regardless,
I think he's honestly secured himself.
he was.
He hasn't actually killed himself, and I'll explain that in a minute. I'll explain that a little bit.
Yeah, his team is pretty hurting,
That
pretty
because-
hurting bad.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, he just has
But-
injury upon injury upon injury on pretty much all of his players.
The next match, though, the mental gymnastic versus Merrick Steve Army.
He
Oh
did it!
my God.
He did it! Hurrah!
Yeah, but this is what's hilarious about it. I know you haven't seen the match, Glad, but have you, Joe?
Huh?
Have you watched the match between the mental gymnastics and Steve's Army?
No, I actually haven't, but I
Right,
honestly want to.
I have watched the match, and all I can say is the vampires spend more time hurting themselves than Merrick did hardly anything.
I'm gonna be honest.
He just
It was about time, considering the fact that in all of the matches that the vampires have had, they have yet to have a match where they ended up screwing themselves over by eating their players. It was bound to happen eventually. It was
The good
essentially
news was-
inevitable.
But the good news for Merrick is he could get into the losers final, but one result has to go his way. Only one. And I think we should focus on that match, which is the Dead Parrots versus the
Oh,
Unpronounceables.
this is a fun one.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be
It's-
definitely one of the best matches of the week.
Honestly, I think this is something that probably should have happened earlier on, but gonna be honest, it's the two worst teams fighting to see who is truly the worst. If the Dead Parrots win, he gets bragging rights, and that's it. If the Lizards win, then he actually gets bragging rights, and that's it. It's
Not
as if-
really. The way it works is if the Pronounceables win their match, they're going to the losers final, and Merrick gets kicked out.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna
basically,
be honest.
if
Is it wrong of me to say that
if-
I don't think that's gonna happen? I think the one time that Scythe actually gets lucky is gonna be in this match.
Well, Scythe does have a
But however-
few key players still.
But it all boils down to, like I said, a draw for Johnny is not enough. He has to win.
He
Yeah,
has
There's
to.
no ifs or buts.
Yep.
If he loses,
If he draws or loses,
I mean, to be honest though, there is one good thing about this match. If he loses, it means they don't have to do a separate match off screen of like the two like bottom teams fighting each other because they're doing it at the last part of the season. So if it's a draw or Nurgle ends up winning, then that'll settle that, and it'll also basically just kind of secure their position in, well, you know. It also does give Scythe bragging rights if he wins, but yeah, this is a very important one for the Unpronounceables. I
I'm not exactly confident in his ability to do it, though. Actually,
be
no,
honest
I'm
with you.
fully confident in his ability. He's going to win. He's going to completely and utterly trash the dead parrots because of the dead parrots are going to roll tons of ones, and it's going to be a one-sided slaughter.
You
Because,
realize
know,
if this if this does happen, Merrick is going to hunt you down for it.
Listen, me and Gladiator are jinxes. I have full faith in our jinxing abilities. You know what? Actually? You know what? There's a particular character that I'm reminded of in this situation.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
Oh. Well, basically, you know how all of my characters are named after Toho characters, right?
As you said thousands of times, yes.
Yeah, there's a particular Toho character that has a very special ability, and you know what that ability is?
No one knows.
It's quite literally to essentially reverse a situation with their words. In other words, if they say something, and it's like, say, I'm feeling well, instantly, nope, not anymore.
Alright, I'm going to say my honest opinion about this match. I have to because both of them I've had a bit of a YouTube history with. Johnny, he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sources and a Croxagore. He has 4 things, including his Croxagore, which is actually really good, that has block. He has a skink that has movement allowance 9 and sprint. Or is that sure feet?
One turn touchdowner. Well,
Yep.
Not one turn.
Yeah, that's sprint.
One turn if he gets a snap.
Yeah.
Snap.
Yep. Or he can push his guy in that weird way, but I don't think he knows how to do that. He's too novice of a player. Anyways, he has a guard Saurus, so he's gonna beat freaking Scythe off the line. But Scythe has a claw player. That is
yeah.
probably.
And considering Johnny's history with claws, he might be a little bit worried.
Now he doesn't have nowhere near as much block. But let's be honest. Most of his team has gotten garbage luck for anything, and he's been picking some very bizarre level ups for his Rotters and Pestigores. Don't get me wrong, a Pestigore with Frenzy is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just kind of weird since you don't have block on him yet. But if the claws,
I think
go ahead.
I think at this point he's just kind of accepted, yeah, I'm stuck here, I don't care.
Yeah, I think Joel's right. I think he's a total masochist.
Oh yeah, he
No, he's a true Nurgle worshipper. He has accepted that this is how life is. Life is just terrible, it's depressing. He has embraced the despair of the god of plague and has officially gone and accepted it.
No, let me say this though. This
There's
is
nothing to do about it, so
this-
just try and enjoy it.
This is for Scythe though. Scythe, if you beat Johnny, you mess up his entire chances of going into losers. Do me a favor and kick his butt because I want to see Johnny suffer because he's my friend.
It's kind of obvious. I think it's kind of obvious that we
Christ.
both kind of want Johnny to lose. I because I want Marek, because Marek is just, I don't know why, but there's a certain charm he has gripped me with, and I want to see him in the loser finals.
I just want to freaking see Scythe just kick his butt just because I can laugh at Johnny's face. I hate to say it, I'm just that kind of person. The thing is, I've been training Johnny.
I think we all got that you're a sadistic person.
Hey, I'm not sadistic. It's just I like hurting people when I can. It's not like a bad thing or anything.
I'm not sadistic. I just enjoy the pain and suffering of others.
But I'm the one that's trained
With
Johnny,
friends like
okay?
these, who needs enemies?
It's not loot boxes. It's surprise mechanics.
Either way,
Invasion. It's surprise democracy.
It's
not starvation. It's a surprise diet.
Shut up. Either way,
It's
We
not
gotta move
kidnapping,
on.
It's surprise adoption.
we do got to move on to
Now,
the next one.
Let's predict the score before. Well, hold on. We got to predict the scores first, gentlemen.
2-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2-1. Johnny win.
I think it's obvious. I'm gonna say that Johnny winning because we're jinxes. Me and
I'm going-
Gladiator have a history of essentially being Segumi, Kishian, and everything we say ends up resulting in the opposite. Usually.
I'm going
I
for-
think Johnny's going
I'm go-
because it's just skills.
I'm going for a no draw.
Oh, that'd still be good for humans, wouldn't it be? Would it? If he had a draw, would he still be in up higher? No, like if he gets a draw, he's not going to get losers.
He needs to win.
He needs to win if he wants to be in losers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it'll be a draw because I believe poor Johnny is going to have a lot of struggling getting the ball, while Scythe is just, well, he's not going to pick up the ball, he's just trying to punch the crap out of him.
I think he's going to pick up the ball with what's his name? This freaking guy with extra arms.
This is kind of related to the whole Lizardman thing and Nurgle team thing. If I actually managed to get into this a week earlier, and instead of going against the AI, Johnny's first match was going against me. Considering we actually did a little match, like a friendly match, to simulate what would happen, met with 1 week of like level ups or whatever. Anyway, if that actually was like stuck, I would basically be secure in my positioning for the finals.
Fair enough.
But because I actually joined late, I have an automatic loss, which means that it's now actually kind of up in the air, which is fun. Don't get me wrong, but it puts a lot of pressure on me considering my next match. Which should we talk about that?
Yes, we need to. We need to move on.
Yeah, because there's a lot of mathematics that's going to go on here now. This is going to get chaotic.
I'm going to be perfectly honest with Johnny. What he needs to do is Ben. What he needs to do is he needs to not get full enchant.
Well,
And that's going to be easier said than done.
I don't know
Actually,
now.
unfortunately for you, Joe, Ben has told me this. He said to me, I'm not going to losers, but I'm going to make damn sure Joe works for this. I'm going to make it hard for you.
How long ago did he say this? Did he just say that right now, or?
A week ago when in our match.
Well, I will say this. Good luck. I'll like to see you try, but there's one thing that I hope you know.
Don't dare him, he will do it!
Oh, come on. I'm going to do it anyway. What's wrong with daring? I honestly want him to try, and I want to kill his team. I want to watch him suffer as each of his halflings go off in droves upon droves, suffering grievous injuries upon the hands of the glorious vampire who is the leader of my team.
Well, he survived Necromantic, he survived Chaos, and Orcs.
There's only a matter of time before his luck will run out.
I don't know, freaking his luck was
And
pretty
that
crappy
day
against me.
is today. The bell tolling his death has rung. I just wanted to be dramatic there.
Hey, Glad, you got one steak handy?
Say that again, I couldn't quite hear you. I want to hear,
Wooden steak handy.
Oh, wait, you're talking about the treatment! Oh, wait, you're talking about 3 of them! I gotcha!
To be fair, you know what the best tactic for dealing with the treatment is?
Not being in their freaking tackle
See,
zones.
There's one advantage I have about the tree that the treemen don't. You know what that is?
What?
I have blodge and on most of my guys. And to be honest, I don't even really care about like a few kit players. I can just pin him down and he can't really move. He can try. I mean, he does have one guy with break tackle, but
Indeed.
I can pin most of the treemen down.
But we need to talk about, though, the ramifications for you, though. And I will say this. If you draw or lose, you're out. That's pretty much the top bottom of it for you, right?
If I lose this match, I'm going to be in the losers finals. If I draw this match, I'm going to be in the losers finals. I've secured myself. I'm going into one of the finals. There's no way I can possibly not get into one of the finals.
Indeed.
If I win this, however, I would have secured myself. I would surpass the mental gymnastics, in which case I'm genuinely sorry. I was hoping the vampires would do well. You got me one of the best matches, and to be honest, it's tragic that you ended up getting chomped a day early, as it were. I would have rathered you have a match like that in the winners finals against me or the Necromatics or Chaos or anyone. But at the very least, if I win, know that if I win and get to the finals and I end up winning the finals, trust me, if I can, I'm sharing the trophy. Because honestly,
Oh well.
honestly, I hope that I get to share a spot on the podium with you winning the Losers League if I do surpass you, Bright Ops, if you're listening.
No, glad I think we got someone who's getting too big for his britches.
I said if I win.
Well, he doesn't
If
have
I
a
get in the losers
clause.
final,
He has a
then
lot
guess
of
what
block
we're
and
gonna
dodge, and he
Yeah,
has a player that's guaranteed to take off halflings off the pitch.
I'm basically just saying, well, all the stuff I've said is basically just if I win. If I lose, then, well, I guess we have unfinished business, Bright Ops, and,
Let's be completely
not gonna
honest here. Let's look at the players on which team has. Ben has 2 treemen and a ton of halflings. Halflings suck, regardless. His halflings, I think he has a sneaky git and a sure feet because his sure hands is out. He has his tree back, so he's gonna have 3 trees.
You owe me one for that, Joe.
Because of his inducements, he's gonna have a halfling chef, which is not gonna really affect Joe a whole heck of a lot. Because let's be honest, Amazons don't really use rerolls as much as a lot of people think. They have
yeah, because of all the dodge.
because of all the dodge, and you have 4 rerolls. So you're gonna even if you get all of his he's gonna get his max amount of rerolls, which is 3. You still got 1 left.
Yeah. To be honest, though, honestly, on average, just thinking of an average, generally he's going to get 2 or 1. Usually.
And you got a good chunk of block, which outnumbers his. His only block is on a tree,
Yep.
including his deepwood branch that he's going to get guaranteed.
Basically, with his strategy, he needs to essentially. The thing is, I'm probably one of the worst matchups for him because I'm a semi-bashy team. He can't exactly outrun me like he can, say, some of the other teams.
No, but all he has to do is throw a freaking halfling down the field, make his rolls, and he has a touchdown. And something else you don't realize is that neither one of you have tackle. You might have block, and you can definitely use block, but you do not have tackle. So it's gonna be kind of like, oh shoot, I know what this feels like.
Honestly, it's going to be a bit more difficult because I don't have the whole thing of tackle, but I think that, to be perfectly honest, it's not going to be too much of a bother.
But
I could be wrong with that, but
this is my honest opinion on how the score is going to be.
But
I still think you're going to win.
I don't like to hear that because I feel like you're a jinx, as I think everyone has pretty much agreed. I still think that you are the biggest. If there was ever a character from Toa that you are, it's Tsugumi Kishin.
Black,
that is you in a nutshell.
What were you going to say, Black, before you continue, Pyro Joe? Because I knew you want to say something.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with in this match. I'm going for a draw, a 2-2 draw. I don't know why, but I got a feeling that Ben is gonna be balls to the walls, throwing his halflings all over the damn shop and succeeding.
Well, heck, I'm gonna be completely honest. I actually want halflings to win because it'll be hilarious.
Because for once in my life, I'm prideful and I must suffer.
Number 2, if you do get in finals, you have to fight me or Black. So there's a chance I have to fight you. I don't really want to fight you. Now, you'll be
you don't wanna
squishy.
Fight me?
I don't really want to fight you. There's a reason why to it. Yes, I'll freaking
so
outbash you.
You're afraid of me.
Because you build your team up. You build your team up now. I don't really want to fight you.
I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna punch you. I'm gonna headbutt you. I'm gonna headbutt you and kick you in the groin.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself.
No, freaking, don't get me wrong. If you want to try to outbash me, good luck. Because now my team is skilled up.
I know. I'm not gonna outbash you. Or
But-
am I?
It depends on what Nuffle says. But, yeah, dodge and block. Blodge is one of the best combinations. So, if you do lose, you're out. I kind of actually want you to win, though, at the same time, because I don't want Orcs in there, because they're the only team that's beating me.
To be honest, when it comes to the whole, pretty much the entire thing, with thing is, like, honestly, I do need to win this. I genuinely do need to win this. However, this is going to be an interesting match because there are things I can do to make his flings more difficult.
Oh, definitely. You're going to definitely get around his freaking trees unless he plays wide, which is kind of hard to do with trees because you got to use. It's weird to talk about halflings because they're such a weird team to begin with. This is coming from a goblin player, okay? Goblin chaos player.
Fair enough. With halflings, they're not that weird, at least to me. But honestly, when it comes to the halflings and all that, they need to do a fling. They basically just pick the guy up and throw them. However, being in a tackle zone reduces that. That's something I don't think people are really taking into consideration here. So essentially, the thing is, if he actually tries to, I'm going to try and force him essentially to outbash me if he wants to make a safe fling.
That's true.
That is something I'm saying straight up. I'm going to try and force him to try and outbash me because I know it'll be very damn difficult for him to actually be able to do that. He has his trees. He does have his big guys in the form of trees, but he only has 3 of them, and they're slow, and I can just avoid them and just force him to outbash me using all of his others. All I need to do is I need to get the ball from him, and once I get the ball from him, he can't fling, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, but here's the thing you gotta look at, though, Joe. You are right about your blodge combo, but there's one little problem. If he even gets a POW, you are gonna suffer because his treatment can really, really put the hurt. And I can vouch for that.
They can.
But anyways, let's put the score in because we got to keep on going.
I actually thinking. Let me check something real quick before we go to the score thing.
Oh,
1, 2, 3,
Ben's just-
4, 5, 6, 7.
Hold on, Joe.
What?
Time out for a second. Butchie's just contacted
Oh.
you. He says he can play tomorrow.
Oh.
How's that time for you?
Okay then.
Oh, we just got a range for matching already.
Well then, that's good.
Indeed.
Anyway, he actually just has a flat 11 players. I've just noticed, plus the treatment that makes 12, which means he only has 9 halfling. I have 13. I have actually I have 12 players. I think. Yeah, I have 12 players, and I have all of them. So when it comes to actually people on the ground, I outnumber him, which is a bit
Joe,
useful.
could you do early morning kickoff? Because he's just announced the time when he wants to fight you.
Let me check. What's 4 p.m. UK time in EST? That would be 11 a.m. Huh.
I know you don't like raising from the crypt, but
Okay then. I have a flawless idea. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a big thing of soda and not sleep.
11 a.m.'s not too bad.
Joking aside.
mental.
Either way, I gotta put in a
Anyhow,
score. I think you're gonna win, Joe. I think it's gonna be a 3-2. It's gonna be hard for Ben because you outnumber him. You have blodge. Simple as that. Let's move on to the next one.
This would be a fun one, I think.
Next
This
thing
one has
is going to
ramification.
be a big one. That's all I had to say. Orcs versus Necrocorp.
I think we know who's gonna win.
It's a
This-
toss-up to me.
To me, I think that Necrocorp is gonna win. Yes, it would be an amazing come-from-behind story if Difel actually managed to do it, and he actually managed to crawl his way into the finals. But I don't think he's gonna do it. I think at best he can hope for a tie. I think that Necrocorp is essentially too powerful for him to overcome. At least in his current state.
He
That's
has a
pushing it
lot
for
of
me.
block, and he has a Mighty Blower. He has a Blitzer with movement rounds and 4 agility. He has a lot of black orcs, and his troll has block. He has a
Yeah, he
Blitzer with
does. There's just
Dauntless.
There's a bit of an issue with that, though. And you know what that issue is?
What is that
You
issue?
see, he's never gonna. The thing with orcs is that they're slow, and you know something that someone has in abundance.
He has a werewolf. He has 2 of them. That's very,
Yes,
very
he has
quick.
2 Awoo. He has 2 Awoos.
I
Two
know.
And one of them
Howlers,
is-
2 Barkers, 2 Borkers, whatever the hell you want to call them. He has, and they have a movement of value of not 6, but 8. And that means he's going to have to play a bit of catch up if he wants to actually, catch him, especially if he manages to get one of them with the ball.
That's true. But if they catch up to
Thing
those
is,
freaking
essentially,
werewolves,
with necromantic teams, it's a mix of slow and fast, as it were, especially when it comes to the werewolves. And because of that, the werewolves can definitely basically seal his fate. So long as the werewolves are alive and are able to be kept safe, and so long as they're able to get far enough away and have some protection as well, just in case, he'll be able to get touchdowns fairly easy. Of course, he'll need to bash his way through it, but in my opinion, Necromantic is more of a bashy team. It can carry the ball and do a running game in a pinch, but it's more of a bashing team, at
well,
least in my opinion.
let me say this. I would like Black to win, because I really don't want to fight Orcs either. He's the only team that's beaten me. I mean, now I'm a lot more prepared if I
To
do
be
fight him.
fair, if I will say, if technically speaking, if I lose, well, if I win, I don't think the Orcs will actually be able to oust me for obvious reasons.
That's true too, but he can. I think he can get rid of the Skaven. I don't remember. I might be wrong, but yeah, he can get rid of. No, he can't.
Sorry to interrupt you guys, but Bungie's trying to contact you, Joe. He's asking, are you in or out for the game?
Oh.
You better respond to the poor bloke. He's waiting.
Well, good for while Joe is talking, I can say a little of my 2 cents about this. Now the blocking I think is about even. I think his team has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blockers. I think your team has the same amount. But your team has claws. That is a huge factor against armor value 9 teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you both have 8. You got tackle, which is not going to be a big deal against him because he only has 1 character with dodge. He has 0 tackle, so your freaking zombie's going to be freaking fantastic online if he doesn't get destroyed with a POW. I don't know what you need to do with your flesh golems, to be honest. I really don't, because if you put them on the line, they're going to get outbashed. Simple as that.
But I've got block, so I can negate at least one of his tricks.
Yeah. Personally, I will put zombies on the line, let them get outbashed, because if they do die, they have regeneration, they don't have any skills, and you can put your other guys wherever they need to be, or a backup line.
Do you remember that flesh golems have the same speed as zombies and also have a little thing known as, well, regeneration as well.
This entire team has regeneration. That's the good thing about
Yes.
Necromancy. But if he fails,
Which
which
is
Black
very-
has been very quick to know for this entire season, his regeneration can fail.
You see, the thing is, just because he's down for something, I don't think it's going to happen again. If he actually loses someone, he's going to regen.
But let me say something else. He has werewolves, which has claws, and frenzy. He has 2 chances to get a POW on a orc. If his armor rolls is way better than mine in my game, then he has a real good chance of hurting this team. If
Yeah, he
the
actually
rolls
has a
succeeds.
Most orcs have an armor value of 8 or 9.
Yep.
Yeah, the claw is going to be useful against the bigger guys,
It's
especially.
it's
the
supposed
black
to.
orcs.
But my claw guy didn't do anything in my game.
You see, the thing is with claw, the best method for using claw is just go claw, pylon, and mighty blow.
Obviously, but we don't have the levels for it. It's
Yeah,
in the
obviously,
higher, or
but
it's in lower
still.
tier teams, or not tier teams, but
Generally
lower TV
speaking,
teams.
Here's how I see it. All right, mighty blow is better than claw, but claw definitely helps.
Claw is really good against. Let me say this: there's only 1 player that has Mighty Blow, and the werewolves do not. I'm looking at the things that we currently have. He does not have Mighty Blow. He only has claws. The rolls can mean the biggest difference. The werewolves have the speed. They have the claws. That is the go-to pieces in this game. He's going to get outbashed, obviously. Unless he gets a lot of freaking takedowns against those black orcs, and maybe the troll with his werewolves. If the rolls fail against black, he is in deep doo-doo. If he gets the ball first, he's going to score. I guarantee you black knows what to do with the ball, and it's go down the field. But the orcs, this player with his orc team, he likes caging it up. He does like doing that. He's a defensive player. But he plays the ball. He plays the ball too, which not many orc teams do.
Yeah, he does play the ball a bit less than a bit less than most teams, considering orcs. But yeah, definitely, he's not one of those orc players who just decides what is a ball. This is just about punch. He actually notices, hey, this is actually useful. But yeah.
Either way, and he has a chance to get a one-turn touchdown with this goblin. Very rare, but there's also the possibility with Sneaky Git, he can stomp on a wolf. He has
There's also
kick.
Here's a fun thing that can actually happen. He can try and toss the goblin, and then find his goblin player, which he spent good money on, a grand total of, and also leveled up, and just end up finding, oh, you just died.
Let's be honest, me knowing as a goblin player, you don't care about the goblins. You throw them to get touchdowns. If they survive, good. If they don't, oh well.
Yeah, but still, it's kind of a kick in the teeth, and it also is a bit harder for his troll to actually make a throw than, say, a treeman.
Yep. So in this case, it's really about, can black get around and make touchdowns? Can he hurt the black orcs? Or will the black orcs and the rest of his team outbash him, hurt most of his guys like he did my team, and just run it in? That's going to be the ultimate thing that's going to happen in this game. It really depends on dice. I can see a draw. I can see a loss on either end. I don't really know. I can't really say a positive answer, but I'm going to give it to the orcs. Just because...
I'm going to give it to the necromatics.
Um,
The thing is, orcs are all good at bashing, but the game in the end is about getting enough touchdowns. And the werewolves he has are good players, and they're definitely fast. And if there's one thing orcs actually have a trouble with, it's dealing with people who are fast. Unless, of course, he actually leaves someone behind the line. But even
well, he does have 2 blitzes with a movement allowance of 7.
that does help, but still, being able to move a single extra tile can make a major difference. A single 2+ die can be the meaning between, well, life or death, essentially.
Regardless, my end, I think, is going to be a 2-1 orcs winning, if not a 2-2 tie.
I think it's going to be a 2. I think it's actually going to be a 2. It's either going to be a 2-1 or a 3-1.
Who winning?
That's bit
And I think you know who I'm guessing is winning. I'm guessing it's the Necros.
Now, I'm going to be completely honest. I want black to win. I'll be cheering for him on the sidelines, but I'm guessing the orcs is going to he's going to outbash him.
Funny thing is, I think I'm the last match of the week because now we confirmed that Bungie and yourself, Joe, playing at 4 p.m. my time. I play against Guy at 8 o'clock, 4 hours later. You'll know by then whose fate gets sealed.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Indeed. Who will see who bees in the winners.
Because I did a little check on the scores and all that. Now, according to this, Joe, if you do draw, you might just pip Bright by 1 touchdown.
Ooh.
Might. I'm not 100% sure on it, but you might. But if that's the case, then you will be... I can guarantee you'll probably be on Dice Stream cheering the living crap out of me winning that match, aren't you?
Heck, I think most people that can get in... Well, I'm going to cheer for you because I don't want to fight orcs later on. I think anyone else is in the winners wants you to win, or that can possibly be winners once you win, so then the orcs can be kicked out into losers. That includes Bright, that includes Skaven player Pig Dog, that includes you, Power Joe. Those 3 players wants the orcs to lose, so then they're not in the runnings. Period. So that's half the league that wants orcs out of winners because that means that they stay winners or don't have to fight them later.
Yep. For the most part, though, I think it's because they get to stay in winners. Because let's be honest, there's a bunch of people contending for winners at this point.
Indeed.
But if you look at it though from another standpoint, and I think we can all agree on this, my match, I'm going to be honest, this is not going to be a running fest. This is going to be a dirty, grimy slobber knocker.
It will be.
There'll be,
I think
there'll be
it'll
no.
become a running fast if you play your cards right, but
But here's another factor I have to bring in, gentlemen. And me and Dai are two of the most experienced Blood Bowl players going to be fighting it out. So our tactics are going to be very, very crucial in this match.
For the amount of time, I will agree. So yeah, it's
you know,
going.
I honestly, another reason why I think, well, this is more of just a biased reason, but another reason why I kind of think Necro is going to win is because of the simple fact that my abysmal luck win that match. Like the fact that you actually won against me. I guess you could argue that this is me being prideful or whatever, but I mean, yeah, it was just luck. But because I actually beat him and you beat me, I think that's another kind of reason why I think, you know.
Oh, I would say the Skaven. Pardon me. I think the Skaven could make. I think the Skaven have got it because they're the top of the tree at the moment. Because I don't see the Orcs getting the amount of touchdowns the Skaven have got. Let's be honest. However, I'll be honest with you, I think, to be honest, we can add the third members to Skaven because they're all but through now. There's no way they're getting knocked out.
They're basically secured. They're definitely secured, barring stupid shenanigans.
So who do you think out of the mental gymnastics, the Amazons, and the Orc team? I mean, it really just depends on, I guess, if Power Joe can win or not.
Depends on Power. If Power Joe wins, Dai's finished, and he knows that.
Yep.
However, like I said, Ben is one of these players who has a nasty habit of pulling a surprise once in a while.
And Ben is a really veteranized player too. I don't know how many hours he has. I don't think he actually said it, but he is actually a very good player. He's played nothing but halflings mainly. That's his main team. He knows how to play them.
Yep.
He likes the flings.
To be honest, and to be honest, I feel that this match. I mean, we'll know by probably 6 o'clock my time, British Standard Time. You know, the fate of the league. If, like I said, if Joe fails to win, then it'll be at 10 o'clock at night at my time where we'll find out the full fate of the league.
Yep.
But I'm going to go with possibly the mental gymnastics might just squeak in.
Wow.
I think they might squeak in. I think they might squeak in because, like I said,
to be honest, I will say if I manage to get into the finals and go up against the Skaven, it's gonna be personal because I wanted the vampires to be there, not the Skaven.
He's deserving up there. He sneaked it in by freaking getting all those one-turn touchdowns.
Besides, his viewers said mean things about me, so he must suffer.
Either way,
but then,
you say what you need to say, though.
Out of curiosity, the thing I don't know, if I might say hyperbole, if Joe crashes and burns and the Orcs do beat me, then I would say to win the entire Blood Bowl Winners League, I would have to give it to the Orcs.
Yeah, they are definitely
However,
one of the top teams.
If I stop him or cripple him, then I'll see the winners final. I would have to give it to the Skaven.
Ho ho ho!
Yeah, no.
No, hear me out, gentlemen. And there's a reason. It's the gutter runners. They are the biggest problem to deal with. And let us be honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. We've all tried to kill them, but those gutter runners have a nasty tendency to just, look out from being killed or captured.
That is so
There's
true.
only so far luck will save you. Eventually, that luck is gonna run out. Eventually.
Yep. Speaking of which, Glad, I recall the finals are randomly generated, aren't they? The finals, like who faces who.
They could be randomly generated, or I can select who's going to be fighting in the matches.
I hope I get to go against Skaven, and if I get.
I think it's best. I think it's best random generate. See what happens, because it could be hilarious. We could see we could see a match between you versus Joe. Now that will be funny and hilarious.
I would not be happy, but yeah,
Oh,
honestly, I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to like this, I'd rather face you again than Chaos
I me?
because you have less strength for players.
And I have a Minotaur now too, so
That too.
he's not leveled up, but he's still. I know how to play.
But
I know
be
how to use the
perfectly
Minotaur.
To be perfectly honest, though, with what you've said about the Skaven and all that, you see, here's the thing: the whole one-turn touchdown thing. You want to know a good way to counter that? Step 1, win the coin toss. Step
Yes.
2, cackle. Then proceed to kick their faces in and stomp them into the dirt constantly while they're writhing around on the ground and peeing like the rats they are.
You know something else?
Someone's
Like
got a problem.
what I was
So
gonna
I just
say
like going and I'm
is
very good at going very dramatic and yeah.
regardless, like if he gets the coin or not, he's able to get past
I mean,
a
I'm not saying
freaking
they're not
tackle
gonna be a
zone
problem.
beastman. So if he gets it, if he doesn't get it, he's going to just keep his Skaven in safe. If he does get it, he is going to use the Skaven to get the touchdown regardless. He's going to get 2 attempts most likely to get the touchdown. Or at least not 2 attempts, 1 attempt. So, yeah.
In any case, folks, shall we head off to the Hall of Fame and see how it's progressed this week?
I'm honestly disappointed because of a few things, but yeah.
We can look at it
Let's-
in a quick bit, so let's make it quick because we are starting to run out of time.
There is a reason why we want Basil to die. I think you can see it if you go to the most experienced.
Well, Flood was up
Yeah.
there, but he's gotten so many touchdowns, it's not funny.
As you said, it's not
He's-
funny. He must die. He must suffer. He
Well,
must be
if
served on a plate.
Well, I've got the best chance of doing it because I've got a lot of tackle, so I've got the best chance of taking him out.
Yep, if not you, me, because I have a Minotaur and a freaking good Beastman that can do that too.
Holy shit, I just realized. Basil is now one of the best receivers.
Yep.
Also talking serial kills.
Good lord.
Most violent
Basil
is
has to be destroyed.
Basil
most
must
violent though is
Here's what you must.
There's a
here's
lot of
what you need
trees.
to do. What you need to do is you need to delete his entire team, then just put 8 players around Basil. Proceed kicking.
Yep, Basil is the best receiver because most of the time his thrower, whichever one is still alive, is going to throw it to him.
Also the best rusher.
Obviously, he's
And
he's
scorer.
actually the best serial killer too. Surprisingly,
Yeah, I know. He's the best at so many things.
correction, he's tied with Flood.
He should be. His name shouldn't be Basil Faulty. It should be Marty Stew. Marty Stew
God.
must die.
And the biggest brutes is going
mean,
to
I'm-
be.
No, I think I get a bit too. Honestly, when it comes to like this, I truly am a pixel hugger and a pixel hater at the same time.
Surprisingly enough, I'm actually catching up to Bark, which is a bit surprising.
Yeah,
You mean
freaking.
like the biggest brutes, or
Oh shoot! You know something?
Biggest brute.
My Minotaur is sneaking up there too.
Actually, what is biggest brutes even for? Actually,
Getting injuries on players.
it can't be injuries on players because then Flandry would be in the list of would be like higher up on the list. The injuries, I believe, is the best, like most violent.
Nah, yeah, that might be it.
Most violent is probably injuries, I think.
That or KOs.
America's still topping the table when it comes to passes.
Oh,
no,
definitely.
like this.
There's no freaking elves.
Oh, it's unreal.
Best rushers is Skaven, obviously, then followed by Flood and Depression.
You know, I will actually. That reminds me. If I ever make an orc team, it's just gonna be. I'm just going to name the Snotlings after basically things like hope, joy, and all that. And then I'm just gonna name the ogres things like, for example, essentially despair, crippling depression. Just basically go full on. This is my life.
Best passers. We got, of course, the freaking thrower in Skaven. Or is that a lineman? I can't remember. I think that's a thrower. Maz's thrower. And your Scarlet player.
Yes.
Landry's
I
sister.
find hilarious is the rats are dominating in the best punching bag.
Oh, yeah, it's hilarious. Best scores is obviously
Just-
that one player.
You know what the best part is? One of the best punching bags is his rat ogre.
Know how the hell that happened?
It's glorious that his big guy is one of the best punching bags.
Match played not really
Also,
big deal.
funnily enough, Etsuko Ryuji is the 11th best punching bag, and they're the only player from my team in the best punching bags list, despite my team having an armor value of 7.
Huh.
And I will
I
never
know.
forget the time Etsuko ended up tripping and breaking their knee, essentially.
There's none of my players in there. Is there any... Wait a minute. Is there any Nurgle team in here?
Oh, which is surprising.
What? There's no Nurgle in here. That's hilarious.
It's actually kind of surprising.
But that's the Hall of Fame.
Shit.
We gotta end it
You
here.
know, actually, I just realized Basil is the 20th top punching bag. We need to make him the first, or we need to remove him from the entire list entirely, because he must die.
Alright, but let's end it here. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. Take it easy, and we shall see
Before
you.
you go,
Hmm?
before everyone goes, I must remind you that I must remind a certain someone. I know it sounds like extremely personal at this point. It's not, but I do want to say it. Pig Dog, remember, the best of the best still die like the rest.
He's still salty.
No, I'm not. I even my match.
Either way,
You know that.
I can't.
that's the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching. Take it easy, and we shall see all of you in the next Blood Bowl analysis.